Let me ask you a question. What would happen if you truly believed in yourself? Not just in passing moments of confidence, but in every aspect of your being every single day. Let me tell you, belief in yourself is the foundation of everything. It's the bedrock on which success, fulfillment, and purpose are built. Without self-belief, no matter how many accolades or achievements you gain, it will never truly satisfy your spirit. It will always feel like something is missing. When you believe in yourself, you create a vision for your life, and that vision becomes your guide. It becomes the compass that directs your actions, that informs your decisions, and that keeps you focused no matter how stormy the seas may seem. You are not wandering aimlessly, hoping things will work out. You are walking in alignment with your purpose, and there is power in that. Now, I want you to understand something very important. Challenges will come. Difficulties will arise. There is no escape from that. But when you believe in yourself, you will see those challenges not as barriers, but as opportunities. Opportunities to grow, to strengthen your character, and to prove to yourself just how resilient you really are. Have you ever listened to your own inner voice? What does it say? Is it filled with doubt and fear, or with encouragement and hope? You see, self-talk is a powerful tool. And when you learn to speak to yourself with kindness, with belief, and with the confidence that you are capable of achieving greatness, something incredible happens. You start to believe it. And let me make one thing clear. Failure does not define you. It's a lesson, not a final verdict. The moment you understand that failure is not a reflection of your worth, but simply a stepping stone on the path to success, you unlock a new level of freedom. You are not afraid to try, because you know every setback is temporary and part of the journey. Believing in yourself doesn't mean striving for perfection. It means striving for progress. Every small step you take, every bit of effort you put in counts. Growth is the measure of success, not perfection. And every time you get up after falling down, you prove to the world, and more importantly to yourself, that you are resilient. Now, we must also acknowledge the power of the environment around us. The people we choose to surround ourselves with play a significant role in shaping our belief in ourselves. When you're around people who uplift you, who encourage you to be your best, your belief in yourself grows exponentially. So be mindful of the energy you invite into your life. Surround yourself with those who see the potential in you, even when you can't see it for yourself. I want you to know that your belief in yourself will not only change your life, it will change the world. Confidence is contagious. When you believe in your own potential, you empower others to believe in theirs. And together, we create a ripple effect that can impact generations. So today I challenge you to stand tall in the belief that you are capable, that you have a purpose, and that the world needs what you have to offer. The power to create the life you want lies within you. It always has. Believe in yourself and watch how the world begins to believe in you too. Your self-worth is the most crucial aspect of your success. It is the solid ground on which everything else is built. The truth is, no matter how much external success you achieve, how many awards you earn, or how many people praise you, if you do not have a deep belief in your own value, nothing will ever feel truly fulfilling. People often chase validation from the outside world, seeking approval, recognition, or acknowledgement. But this validation is fleeting. It is temporary. True fulfillment comes from within. When you understand your own worth, you no longer rely on others to define you. You no longer let the opinions of others dictate your actions, decisions, or self-perception. Your sense of self-worth comes from your inner belief that you are worthy of success, worthy of love, and worthy of greatness, regardless of what others might say or think. This unshakable belief in yourself becomes the driving force behind everything you do. The world often tries to define our worth by external factors, by what we achieve, how much we own, or what we look like. But none of these things can define you. They are only temporary markers of success. What matters most is how you see yourself, how you value your potential, and how you believe you can make an impact. When you recognize your inherent value, your perspective shifts. You start making choices based on what is best for your growth, rather than trying to fit into what society expects of you. This is when real success happens. Not when you are chasing someone else's idea of success, but when you align with your true purpose and potential. When you know your worth, it builds the confidence to face challenges head on. You understand that setbacks, failures, and struggles are not reflections of your value, but simply part of the process of growth. The more you believe in your worth, the more you are willing to take risks, to learn, to fall, and to rise again. Failure does not diminish your worth. It teaches you valuable lessons and brings you closer to the person you are meant to become. Believing in your worth is not about arrogance or entitlement, but about knowing that you are deserving of the best life has to offer. It's about understanding that you have something unique to contribute to the world and that your efforts matter. When you believe in your worth, you approach challenges with the mindset that you are capable of overcoming them. You no longer shrink in fear or hesitate to act because you know that you are fully equipped with everything you need to succeed. Self-worth is not about perfection. It's about acknowledging that you are enough just as you are. That your worth does not come from your mistakes or achievements, but from the fact that you are inherently valuable as a person. This understanding is empowering. It gives you the strength to continue moving forward, no matter what life throws at you. When your foundation is built on a true belief in your worth, no external challenge can shake it. It doesn't matter how difficult things get or how long the road may seem, your inner belief in your value will keep you moving forward, driven by purpose and passion. Success becomes a natural outcome of self-worth. When you believe in your own value, you attract opportunities, you inspire others, and you create a life that reflects your beliefs. You make better choices, take more confident actions, and align your life with the truth of who you really are. Everything you do stems from a deep knowing that you are capable of achieving your dreams and worthy of all the success and happiness life has to offer. It all starts with how you see yourself. And when that foundation is solid, nothing can stop you. Vision and purpose are the compass that guide you through life's journey. Without them, you're like a ship drifting aimlessly in open waters, susceptible to the winds and currents of circumstance. When you have a clear vision and a strong sense of purpose, you're no longer at the mercy of external forces. You steer your own course, unwavering and intentional. A vision is the picture you hold in your mind of the future you want to create. It's not just a goal or an aspiration. It's the larger narrative of your life. the way you see your potential, your impact, and the legacy you wish to leave. A clear vision provides you with direction. It illuminates the path forward, especially when things get difficult. Without vision, you risk getting caught up in the distractions and detours of everyday life, losing sight of your deeper desires and what truly matters to you. Purpose is what breathes life into your vision. It is the reason you wake up every morning, the driving force behind every decision, every challenge, and every step you take. It's the belief that there is something meaningful for you to do in this world, something only you can contribute. Purpose gives your vision a deeper meaning, aligning it with your core values and passions. When you know why you are doing something, that reason fuels your perseverance, especially in times of doubt or hardship. When vision and purpose are aligned, they give you a sense of clarity and certainty. Even if the journey is uncertain, you can trust that you're heading in the right direction. Life may throw obstacles your way, but when your vision is clear and your purpose is rooted in your heart, you are able to navigate through challenges with conviction. The difficulties you face become part of your story, part of the journey that makes your vision even more powerful when realized. Purpose also anchors you during moments of confusion or discouragement. It serves as a reminder that your struggles are not pointless, but are helping you grow and develop the resilience and strength needed to fulfill your calling. When you face setbacks, the knowledge that your purpose is greater than any temporary hardship can provide the fuel you need to keep going. Vision and purpose influence the way you make decisions. They help you determine what opportunities are worth pursuing and which ones might lead you astray. They provide a filter through which you evaluate your choices, ensuring that everything you do is aligned with the life you envision and the purpose you feel compelled to fulfill. Without vision and purpose, you may be swayed by external expectations, by other people's dreams, or by the fear of failure. But with them, you have the strength to say no to things that don't align with your higher purpose, even if they seem appealing in the moment. Your vision also shapes the impact you have on others. When you are living in alignment with your purpose, your energy, enthusiasm, and authenticity inspire those around you. People are drawn to clarity, passion, and conviction. Your belief in your purpose gives others permission to believe in their own. The ripple effect of a clear vision and strong purpose can extend far beyond what you may ever realize. When you know where you are headed and why you're headed there, you become unstoppable. Every action you take, every challenge you face, every success you achieve, all becomes a testament to the power of living with vision and purpose. They provide not only the motivation to keep moving forward, but also the strength to rise when things don't go according to plan. You trust that the obstacles you encounter are just part of the process, part of the story you are creating, one that is uniquely yours. Challenges are not obstacles meant to stop you in your tracks. They are opportunities waiting to be discovered. In life, we often encounter difficulties that seem insurmountable, but in reality, they are the very things that shape us and help us grow. The way you perceive challenges can change everything. When you see them as barriers, they paralyze you, and you become consumed by fear or doubt. But when you begin to view challenges as opportunities, you transform them into stepping stones on your journey to greatness. Every challenge presents a chance to learn something new about yourself, to develop your skills and to test your limits. It's easy to think of failure as something that defines you negatively, but Failure is simply an opportunity to try again with more knowledge and experience. When you embrace challenges, you stop seeing them as setbacks and instead view them as crucial moments for growth. They force you to think differently, to innovate, and to push beyond what you thought was possible. Obstacles often reveal parts of yourself that you may not have known existed. In the face of adversity, your strengths emerge, your resilience is tested, and your creativity comes to life. Challenges push you out of your comfort zone, and it's only outside of that comfort zone that real growth occurs. If everything were easy, if everything were smooth sailing, there would be no room for personal development. The trials you face are the very things that mold you into the person you are meant to become. One of the greatest opportunities in challenges is the chance to build perseverance. When things don't go according to plan, it's not the end, it's simply a chance to keep going. Perseverance is the key to success. The more you face and overcome challenges, the more you strengthen your ability to withstand adversity in the future. It becomes a cycle of growth. Each challenge you conquer makes you more capable of handling the next one. The more resilient you become, the more equipped you are to handle whatever comes your way. Challenges push you to question your limits. What you once thought was impossible may become achievable because you were forced to find solutions, to innovate, and to rethink your approach. There's power in the struggle. When faced with challenges, you develop new ways of thinking, new strategies, and new tools that you didn't have before. This makes you more resourceful and better prepared for the future. Challenges also often bring out the best in others. In times of difficulty, you may find that you have a greater capacity for empathy, leadership, and collaboration than you ever realized. The very nature of overcoming adversity brings people together, and it strengthens relationships. The challenges you face can foster a spirit of unity and solidarity, where others come alongside you to help, support, and encourage you through tough times. This shared experience can create bonds that are stronger than any success achieved alone. Facing challenges teaches you to let go of perfectionism. Not everything will go as planned, and that's okay. In fact, the most successful people are those who are willing to fail, to make mistakes, and to try again. Perfectionism keeps you stuck in fear and prevents you from taking risks. But when you see challenges as opportunities, you free yourself from the pressure of perfection and give yourself the freedom to be imperfect, to try new things, and to embrace the journey even when it's messy. The most significant growth happens when we encounter difficulty and rise to meet it. Every challenge, whether small or large, brings with it a lesson that we can apply to the next phase of our lives. These lessons are not always easy, but they are invaluable. The person you become as a result of overcoming challenges is far stronger, wiser, and more capable than the person you were before. In the end, challenges don't just teach us how to solve problems. They teach us who we are and what we are truly capable of achieving. So the next time you face a challenge, don't see it as a barrier that's stopping you. See it as an opportunity to grow, to evolve, and to become the best version of yourself. The words we speak to ourselves have immense power. They shape our thoughts, influence our actions, and ultimately determine the course of our lives. Often, we don't realize how much control we have over our own minds. The voice inside our heads can either be our greatest ally or our worst enemy, depending on how we choose to use it. This internal dialogue, known as self-talk, is far more than just idle thoughts. It is the constant stream of messages we send ourselves that impact our beliefs, attitudes, and even our outcomes. When we speak positively to ourselves, we build confidence, reinforce our worth, and strengthen our resolve. Positive self-talk empowers us to face challenges with courage and perseverance. It encourages us to take risks, pursue our goals, and stay resilient in the face of adversity. But when we allow negative self-talk to dominate, we limit our potential, drain our energy, and trap ourselves in a cycle of doubt and fear. The way we talk to ourselves can either propel us forward or hold us back. Self-talk begins with the thoughts we have about ourselves, which are often shaped by our past experiences, beliefs, and the messages we've received from others. Over time, these thoughts create a narrative, a story about who we are and what we are capable of. If our self-talk is filled with criticism, self-doubt, and negativity, it reinforces the belief that we are not good enough, that we can't succeed, or that we don't deserve happiness or success. On the other hand, if our self-talk is filled with encouragement, optimism, and self-compassion, it fosters a sense of empowerment and possibility. One of the most powerful aspects of self-talk is its ability to influence our behavior. When we tell ourselves that we are capable, confident, and worthy of success, we begin to act in ways that align with those beliefs. We take actions that reflect our inner confidence, even when we're uncertain or afraid. Positive self-talk can transform our mindset, turning challenges into opportunities and setbacks into lessons. It encourages us to keep going, to try again, and to never give up. Conversely, negative self-talk works in the opposite way. When we constantly tell ourselves that we're not good enough, that we're bound to fail, or that others are better than we are, we unconsciously limit our own potential. Negative self-talk creates fear, paralysis, and procrastination. It convinces us that we are powerless in the face of obstacles and that success is out of our reach. The more we feed into this negativity, the more it becomes ingrained in our minds, reinforcing the belief that we cannot change or improve. The power of self-talk lies in its ability to reshape our beliefs about ourselves. If we consistently affirm our strengths, celebrate our accomplishments, and remind ourselves of our worth, we begin to see ourselves through a new lens, one of possibility, resilience, and strength. Instead of focusing on our failures, we start to focus on our growth, our progress, and our potential. This shift in perspective can completely transform how we approach life and the challenges we face. It's important to recognize that self-talk is not about denying reality or pretending that everything is perfect. It's about choosing to focus on the positive aspects of ourselves and our lives, even in the midst of difficulty. It's about being kind and compassionate to ourselves, especially when things don't go as planned. When we are our own biggest supporters, we cultivate an inner strength that allows us to rise above challenges and bounce back from setbacks with greater resilience. The good news is that self-talk is something we can control. We may not always be able to control our external circumstances, but we have the power to choose the thoughts we entertain and the words we say to ourselves. It takes practice, but over time, we can train our minds to adopt more empowering, affirming language. Just as we would encourage a friend or loved one, we must learn to speak to ourselves with the same compassion, kindness, and encouragement. By being mindful of our inner dialogue, we can begin to shift our thoughts from self-doubt to self-belief, from fear to courage, from limitation to possibility. The way we talk to ourselves influences how we see the world, how we interact with others, and how we pursue our dreams. When we embrace the power of positive self-talk, we unlock our true potential, and we begin to show up as the best version of ourselves, confident, capable, and ready to face whatever challenges come our way. You are, without a doubt, your own greatest resource. The potential within you is vast, more abundant than you may even realize. Often we look outward for solutions, for validation, or for the answers to our problems. We seek external resources, whether it be financial support, a mentor, or approval from others. While these things can certainly assist us along our journey, the most powerful resource you have at your disposal is the inner strength, wisdom, and abilities that lie within you. Too often, people underestimate their own potential. They become dependent on external factors to shape their future, forgetting that their greatest asset is already within them. The power to create change, to overcome adversity, and to manifest dreams lies not in what you have or who you know, but in who you are. It's your thoughts, your mindset, your resilience, your creativity, and your unique abilities that set you apart. Once you tap into the depth of your own potential, you will realize that there is nothing you cannot achieve. Your mind is one of the most powerful tools you possess. The way you think shapes the reality you experience. If you believe that you are limited by external circumstances, you will be. But if you believe that you have the ability to change your situation, to learn, to grow, and to adapt, you open up a world of possibilities. Your thoughts and beliefs are the driving forces behind everything you do. And when you cultivate a mindset of empowerment and possibility, you begin to unlock doors that were once closed. The stories you tell yourself about who you are and what you can do are what will either limit or expand your potential. Your emotions are another incredible resource. They guide you, inform you, and connect you to your deeper desires. When you learn to harness and manage your emotions, they become powerful tools for personal growth. Emotions like passion, enthusiasm, and determination can propel you forward, while feelings of doubt and fear, when recognized and processed, can be used as signals for growth and self. Emotional intelligence is one of the greatest gifts you can cultivate, because it gives you the power to navigate the complexities of life with wisdom, clarity, and authenticity. Your emotions are not weaknesses to be feared. They are powerful signals and sources of guidance. Your creativity is another resource that resides within you. Every individual is born with creative potential. And it is through this creativity that solutions are found, problems are solved, and innovations are born. Creativity isn't just about being artistic. It's about the ability to think outside of the box, to approach challenges from different angles, and to find new ways to do things. When you tap into your creativity, you allow yourself the freedom to explore new possibilities and to create a life that is uniquely yours. It is through creativity that you learn to innovate, adapt, and grow. One of the greatest advantages of being your own greatest resource is the ability to develop self-reliance. While it's wonderful to receive support and encouragement from others, you must first believe in your ability to make decisions, to solve problems, and to take responsibility for your own life. When you develop this internal confidence, you gain the courage to take risks, to step outside your comfort zone, and to forge your own path. The ability to trust yourself, to believe in your own judgment, and to act in alignment with your values and purpose will carry you further than any external resource ever could. Your experiences are an invaluable resource. Every challenge you have faced, every mistake you have made, every success you have achieved All of these experiences have contributed to the person you are today. They have provided you with wisdom, resilience, and the knowledge needed to navigate life's complexities. These experiences are not burdens to carry, but lessons to learn from. And they have equipped you with the tools necessary to continue moving forward. The more you learn to appreciate your journey, the more you can see the wealth of experience you carry within you. Another powerful resource you possess is your time. Time, when used wisely, becomes an incredibly valuable asset. It is often said that time is money, but in reality, time is far more valuable than money. While money can be earned back, time lost can never be recovered. How you choose to invest your time is one of the most important decisions you can make. It's through the way you spend your time that you either move closer to your goals or further away from them. Recognizing the value of time and using it purposefully is key to unlocking your full potential. The most powerful resource you have is your sense of purpose. When you're connected to your deeper sense of why, everything you do becomes infused with meaning. Purpose drives you forward, even in the face of obstacles. It gives you direction, focus, and clarity. It helps you prioritize your efforts and navigate the challenges that come your way. Purpose provides the energy to keep going when things get tough, reminding you that the struggles you face are not in vain, but are part of a larger plan for your life. When you align with your purpose, you become unstoppable. You are the sum of your experiences, your talents, your thoughts, and your beliefs. The more you connect with these internal resources, the more you realize that you are capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. Your greatest resource is not something external. It is the unique and powerful individual that you are. When you learn to tap into your inner strength, you will find that everything you need to succeed is already within you. Failures are not a reflection of your worth or your potential. They do not define who you are or what you are capable of achieving. In fact, failure is an essential part of the journey toward success. It is through failure that we learn, grow, and become better versions of ourselves. The key is how you choose to view failure and what you do with the lessons it offers. If you see failure as a permanent setback or a reflection of your inadequacy, it can become a barrier that holds you back. But if you see failure as an opportunity to learn and an inevitable part of the process, it becomes a stepping stone on your path to greater success. Failure is a momentary experience, not a permanent identity. When you fail at something, it does not mean you are a failure. It simply means you didn't achieve the desired outcome this time. Failure is not a label. It's an event, a situation, or a circumstance that does not have to determine your future. What defines you is not the failure itself, but how you respond to it. You can choose to let failure define you, or you can choose to use it as a tool to refine your character, strengthen your resolve, and sharpen your skills. Every successful person has encountered failure along their journey. The difference between those who succeed and those who give up is how they approach failure. Successful people understand that failure is a natural part of life. They don't take it personally or allow it to stop them. Instead, they view it as feedback, a valuable opportunity to learn what doesn't work and to adjust their approach moving forward. With each failure, they get closer to success. Because they are not afraid to fail, they embrace it as part of the process. When you fail, you are not defined by the mistake. You're defined by your ability to keep going. The most important thing is not whether you fall, but whether you rise after you fall. Resilience, the ability to bounce back after setbacks, is what separates those who achieve their goals from those who give up. Failure becomes a lesson in perseverance, teaching you to pick yourself up, reassess, and move forward with more wisdom and clarity than before. Failure also helps you develop a deeper understanding of yourself. It challenges you to confront your limitations, face your fears, and deal with your insecurities. It pushes you to step outside your comfort zone, to test your boundaries, and to build mental toughness. It's through facing failure that you learn what you are truly made of. You discover your inner strength, your ability to adapt, and your capacity for growth. When you confront failure head-on and refuse to let it control you, you gain confidence and a sense of empowerment. Rather than allowing failure to stop you, use it as fuel for your next attempt. Let it motivate you to try harder, to improve, and to refine your approach. With each failure, you get closer to the breakthrough you're seeking. The path to success is never linear. It's full of twists, turns, and detours. But these detours are not dead ends. They are simply opportunities to learn new lessons that ultimately guide you toward the right destination. It's also important to recognize that failure is not always the end of the road. Sometimes it's just a redirection. What you once thought was a failure might actually be a necessary step towards something better. Doors that don't open, opportunities that don't materialize, and plans that fall apart may simply be guiding you toward a different path, one that better aligns with your true purpose or with a more successful outcome. In this way, failure can often be seen as divine timing, as life's way of steering you in the right direction, even when it feels like everything is falling apart. In the face of failure, remember that you are not defined by your past mistakes. Each day is an opportunity to start anew, to approach life with fresh perspective, and to move forward with renewed determination. Failure is a temporary experience, but your capacity to learn, grow, and overcome is what will define you. You are not the sum of your failures, but the sum of your ability to rise above them. As long as you continue to learn, to evolve, and to pursue your dreams, you are on the right path. Failure is merely a teacher, guiding you toward greater wisdom, resilience, and eventual success. The pursuit of perfection can be a powerful motivator, but it can also become a barrier to progress. When you focus too much on being perfect, you risk becoming paralyzed by fear of making mistakes or not measuring up. Perfection is an unattainable ideal, and the more you chase it, the more you may find yourself stuck in a cycle of self-criticism, frustration, and stagnation. Instead of striving for perfection, shift your focus to growth, on constantly improving, learning, and evolving, rather than expecting flawless outcomes every time. Growth is a process. It involves trial and error, successes and setbacks, and a willingness to learn from every experience, whether it's a success or a failure. When you focus on growth, you embrace the journey, knowing that each step forward, no matter how small, contributes to your development. It's the accumulation of these small, consistent efforts that lead to significant progress over time. Growth allows room for mistakes, imperfections, and learning, while perfection demands an unrealistic standard that ultimately limits you. In focusing on growth, you give yourself the permission to try, fail, and try again. You no longer need to fear making mistakes or not doing something perfectly. You understand that mistakes are simply opportunities to improve, and that each mistake provides valuable feedback that informs the next attempt. With this mindset, the pressure to be perfect disappears, and the joy of learning and developing takes center stage. You start to appreciate the process rather than only fixating on the end result. Growth is about becoming better than you were yesterday. It's about consistent improvement, no matter how small the changes may seem in the moment. Each effort, no matter how imperfect, brings you closer to your full potential. And over time, those small changes accumulate, leading to profound transformation. The more you focus on the growth process, the more you recognize the progress you've made, rather than being overwhelmed by what you still need to fix. This shift in focus allows you to celebrate your achievements along the way instead of always feeling like you're falling short of an unattainable standard. It's important to realize that perfectionism often comes from a place of fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of not being good enough. But growth is born from courage and a willingness to embrace vulnerability. When you focus on growth, you acknowledge that you are not perfect, and that's okay. You don't need to have it all figured out to start. You don't need to wait until you are perfect before taking action. In fact, the pursuit of growth means taking imperfect action, learning along the way, and adjusting as you go. This flexibility and openness to change fosters resilience and adaptability, qualities that are key to long-term success. Focusing on growth also allows you to embrace your uniqueness. You realize that your journey is different from everyone else's, and your path to growth will look different too. There is no one-size-fits-all approach to development, and that's what makes the process so personal and valuable. Perfectionism tends to create a rigid framework, but growth allows you to carve your own path, one that reflects your individual needs, values, and aspirations. You start to trust yourself more because you understand that growth isn't about comparing yourself to others or meeting external expectations. It's about becoming the best version of yourself in your own time and in your own way. When you focus on growth, you also start to build a sense of self-compassion. Instead of beating yourself up over perceived flaws or mistakes, you become kinder to yourself. You recognize that you're doing the best you can, and that's enough. You stop seeking external validation and instead learn to validate your own efforts. You understand that growth is not linear, and it's okay to stumble along the way. What matters is that you keep moving forward, no matter how imperfect the steps may be. Self-compassion nurtures resilience, and resilience is what ultimately helps you continue moving toward your goals, even when faced with challenges. By focusing on growth, you give yourself the opportunity to live authentically. Perfectionism often leads to the constant need to perform, to meet the expectations of others, or to put on a facade. But when you shift to a growth mindset, you release the pressure to be perfect, and you allow yourself the freedom to be real. You no longer feel the need to hide your flaws or to present a curated version of yourself. Growth encourages authenticity, and when you embrace your true self, you tap into a deeper sense of fulfillment and satisfaction. Growth is the key to lasting success. While perfection may be a fleeting ideal, growth is sustainable. As long as you're committed to evolving, learning, and becoming better every day, you are always moving forward, regardless of how perfect your journey looks. The true measure of success isn't about perfection, it's about progress. By embracing growth, you allow yourself the freedom to reach your highest potential, knowing that the process of becoming is just as important as the final destination. Resilience is one of the most powerful qualities a person can cultivate. It's the ability to bounce back from setbacks, adapt in the face of adversity, and keep moving forward despite the challenges and obstacles that inevitably arise. Life is full of unexpected twists, turns, and moments of hardship. And while we may not always have control over what happens to us, resilience is the key that enables us to navigate through life's most difficult circumstances with strength, hope, and perseverance. Resilience is not about avoiding hardship or never experiencing failure. It's about the way we choose to respond to life's difficulties. In the face of adversity, resilient individuals don't crumble or give up. They rise. They face the challenge head-on, learn from the experience, and emerge stronger on the other side. It's the mindset that despite the setbacks, you can still overcome and keep moving forward. Resilience enables you to see obstacles not as insurmountable roadblocks, but as opportunities to grow, learn, and become more capable. One of the most powerful aspects of resilience is the ability to remain hopeful even in the darkest of times. Life may not always go according to plan, and there will be moments when you feel defeated or overwhelmed. But resilient individuals understand that these moments are temporary. They know that just because things are difficult now, it doesn't mean they will be difficult forever. Hope becomes their anchor. And with hope comes the belief that things will get better, that they will find a way through, and that brighter days are ahead. Resilience allows you to hold on to that hope and use it as fuel to keep pushing forward. To hope, resilience is rooted in self-belief. When you cultivate resilience, you also cultivate confidence in your own abilities. You learn to trust that no matter what happens, you have the inner strength and resources to handle the situation. This self-belief doesn't come from arrogance or naivety. It comes from experience. Every time you overcome a challenge or face adversity and emerge on the other side, you strengthen your belief in yourself. You begin to recognize that no matter how tough things get, you have the ability to rise, adapt, and keep going. Resilience also teaches you the value of perseverance. When things get tough, it can be tempting to give up or throw in the towel. But resilience reminds you that success isn't always immediate. Sometimes it takes time. Sometimes it requires patience, determination, and the willingness to keep trying, even when it seems like the road is never ending. The most successful people are often those who persist long after others have given up. Resilience is a quality that allows you to keep putting one foot in front of the other, even when you don't see immediate results. Because you understand that every effort counts, and every step forward brings you closer to your goals. Adversity often brings with it the opportunity for self-discovery. When you're faced with hardship, you're forced to dig deep and find parts of yourself that you may not have known existed. It's in the face of adversity that you learn the depth of your own character, your true strength, and your capacity for growth. Resilience invites you to tap into those hidden reservoirs of strength, to discover how much you're truly capable of, and to understand that you have within you all that you need to overcome the challenges in front of you. You begin to realize that the very things that seem to hold you back may also be the things that propel you forward, as they teach you the lessons necessary for your growth. To personal growth, resilience fosters a sense of adaptability. Life rarely goes as planned, and circumstances are always changing. Resilient individuals have the ability to adapt to new situations, adjust their expectations, and find new ways to move forward when things don't go as expected. This flexibility is key to navigating life's uncertainties with grace and confidence. When you're resilient, you don't resist change or get stuck in the past. You embrace it, adjust your course, and keep going. Another important aspect of resilience is emotional strength. Resilient individuals don't ignore or suppress their emotions. They acknowledge them and use them to fuel their growth. They allow themselves to feel the pain, disappointment, or frustration that comes with difficult situations, but they don't let those emotions control them. Instead, they use their emotions as a source of energy to drive them forward, to propel them into action, and to keep moving toward their goals. Resilience is about acknowledging the full spectrum of emotions and using them to maintain your focus and determination. Resilience is deeply connected to our sense of purpose. When you have a clear vision of your goals, your values, and your why, resilience becomes easier to tap into. Having a sense of purpose provides you with the strength to face difficult times, because you know that every challenge is leading you closer to something greater. It gives you the conviction to keep going even when the road is hard, because you know that your struggles are not in vain. They are part of your journey toward fulfilling your purpose. The power of resilience lies in its ability to transform challenges into opportunities, setbacks into lessons, and adversity into strength. It's the ability to remain grounded in the face of difficulty, to keep moving forward despite the odds, and to always believe that there is a way through. Resilience is not about being invincible. It's about having the courage to rise each time you fall. It's about finding the strength to continue even when everything inside of you tells you to quit. Resilience is the power to keep going, to keep growing, and to keep believing in yourself, no matter what. The people you choose to surround yourself with have a profound impact on your energy, your mindset, and your journey through life. Energy is contagious, whether it's positive or negative. The individuals in your life either lift you up or pull you down. When you surround yourself with people who encourage, uplift, and support your growth, you create an environment that nurtures your potential. On the other hand, when you allow negative energy, criticism, or doubt to surround you, it can drain your motivation, hinder your progress, and make the journey feel much more difficult. Supportive energy is a catalyst for growth. When you have people around you who genuinely care about your success, they inspire you to be the best version of yourself. These individuals are your cheerleaders, your sounding boards, and your mirrors, reflecting back the greatness within you even when you can't see it. They offer you encouragement during challenging times, celebrate your victories, and help you navigate setbacks with wisdom and perspective. Their belief in you strengthens your own belief in yourself, and that shared energy propels you forward. The right people challenge you to push beyond your comfort zone. They don't let you settle for mediocrity or complacency, but they encourage you to strive for excellence. Their constructive feedback helps you grow, while their unwavering support provides the foundation you need to take risks and embrace new opportunities. Surrounding yourself with people who see your potential, even when you doubt it, creates an environment of possibility. Their energy reflects the confidence they have in you. And that belief becomes contagious, motivating you to take action toward your dreams. However, not all energy is beneficial. There will always be people who project negativity, doubt, or fear onto you. These individuals may criticize your dreams, belittle your ambitions, or discourage you from pursuing your goals. Their energy can be toxic. And if you allow it to infiltrate your life, it can limit your growth and cloud your vision. Negative energy drains your motivation and replaces hope with despair. It makes you second-guess your decisions and causes you to question your self-worth. This kind of energy keeps you stuck in a cycle of self-doubt and can make you feel like your dreams are unattainable. To protect your progress, it's essential to recognize these toxic influences and take proactive steps to limit their impact. Surrounding yourself with supportive energy also means cultivating relationships with those who share your values, vision, and goals. When you align yourself with people who have similar aspirations, you create a powerful support system that reinforces your commitment to your dreams.